Hello, welcome to the tutorial of data types in Python. Data types Data types are means to identify type of data and associated operation for handling it. In other words, data types are the classification or categorization of data items. It represents the kind of value that tells what operation can be performed on a particular data. That means we have different types of values and we have different way of performing operation on different types of value. That is why the language has to categorize data in different data types so that it can select appropriate operation for different data types. Python offers following built-in data types. Python data types can be categorized basically in numeric, dictionary, boolean, set and sequence. So numeric, under the numeric category we can have integer data type, float and complex number. Dictionary is a data type, boolean is a data type, set is a data type, and we have a sequence type under which we can have strings, list and tuple. So from these we are not going to see set because set is not in our syllabus, so we will leave set aside and we will study rest of the data types. First, let's see what are numeric data types. So numeric, in Python, numeric data type represents the data which has numeric value, any number value we can say. Numeric value can be integer, floating number or even complex number. These values are defined as int, float and complex class in Python. So basically Python is maintaining everything as a class and your data types or the variable you create are objects of that class. So for creating int we have int class, creating float we have float class, and for complex number we have complex class. Out of these, let's start with integer. This value is represented by int class. It contains positive or negative whole numbers without fraction or decimal. That means integer are those number which don't have any decimal point. In Python there is no limit how long an integer can be. In other languages we can have small int, big int, long int, etc. But Python offers only one data type for all types of integer, whether one digit integer or any number of digits can be there in integer. So next we have float. This value is represented by float class. It is real number with either floating point representation or scientific notation. So as we have already seen that floating point numbers can be either represented in floating point notation or scientific notation, that is notation with E. So float class represents the floating point numbers. They are real number, we can say decimal, floating point, double, different names can be there in different languages, but essentially they have a decimal point in them. Complex number. Complex number is represented by complex class. It is specified as real part plus imaginary part and j, where j stands for under root -1. In Python we don't use I because in electronics I stands for current and Python is used in electronics also, that's why we are not using I here, we are using j. For example, if we have a number called 2 plus 3j, that means 2 is the real part and 3 will be the imaginary part of the number. So anything in the form a plus bj will be a real number. If x is a complex number, suppose x is a complex number, suppose we can say x equal to 2 plus 3j and x is a complex number, Then x dot real will give the real part, that means it will give us 2, and x dot image will give us 3 value. So that is how we can access the real and imaginary part of a complex number, and a complex number internally stored as pair of float values. That means the real value will be float, as well as the imaginary value will also be a float value. The type function is used to determine the type of data. So before starting the next data type, let us see how we can create these types of values. If I say equal to 25, now that means I have created a variable a and I want to see the value, so I can either use a to see the value 25, or I can use the print function to see the value of a variable. So because directly typing a variable on a Python cell is easier to see a value, I will use the variable name on the prompt itself. If I want to check the type of a, that is class int, because a is integer variable, that is why the class of a is integer. Likewise, if I say b is equal to 25.5, so b will contain a value 25.5. If I want to check, let's see, yeah, it's 25.5, and the type of b will be float, as we all can guess. Now if I say c equal to 2 plus 3j, and if I see what is the value of c, that means it is 2 plus 3j, it will be a complex number. How can we be sure that it is a complex number? By checking the type of c. So the type of c is class complex, so c will be a complex number. Now if I say c dot real, it's 2.0, which is a real part of the complex number, and c dot image is 3.0, which is the imaginary part of complex number c. Now after the numeric data type, let's see the sequence data type. So sequence type in Python, sequence is ordered collection of similar or different data types. Sequence allow to store multiple values in an organized and efficient fashion. There are several sequence types in Python, like string, list, tuple. So sequence means a series. So store series of anything. We have three data types here: string, list, and tuple. Let's see the string first. So string in Python 3.x, we are going to see the version 3.x only. So all strings are sequence of bytes representing Unicode characters. So string is a sequence of character, we can say in simple words. A string is a collection of one or more character put in a single quote, double quote, or triple quotes. In Python, there is no character data type. A character is a string of length 1. In other language, we have separate data type for string and character, but in Python we just use string, and for a character it will be a string of length 1. String is represented by the class str. String in Python can be created using the single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes. So there are three ways of creating string, either using the single quotation mark or double quotation mark or triple quotation mark. Indexing in string. Index in Python has two types: forward indexing and backward indexing. If n is number of characters in a string, then forward indexing will be from 0 to n minus 1, and backward indexing will be from -1 to -n. This will be clear to you from the following example. So as we can see, str1 is equal to Very good. So suppose we have a string str1 which is stored. So v e r y space g o o d is the string. So the string has total of 9 characters, because the blank space will also be counted as a character. So that means the size of the string is 9. So the forward indexing will be from 0 to 9 minus 1, that is 0 to 8. That means the character V will be at place 0, character E will be at place 1, character R will be at place 2, and likewise the character D will be at place 8 or index number 8. In backward indexing, we will start from the back of the string or end of the string. Minus 1 is the index number for D, minus 2 will be the index number for O, minus 3 will be the index number for O. Likewise, we can see minus 9 will be the index number for V. So that means in backward indexing, the indexes will be from minus 1 to minus 9, that is size, we can say minus n. Let us understand. Suppose I want to create a string str1, so I can say very good is the string. So I have created a string str1. Let's see the value of str1 first. So as we can see, the value of str1 is very good, and the type of str1 is class str. So this is the first way of creating a string. Before going to the second way, we want to check the indexing of str1. So suppose I say str1 of 0. Can you guess the character at str1 0 indexing? Yeah, it's the first character V. Likewise, if I say str1 of 8, so which character will be A at index number 8? That is D. And then if I say str1 minus 2, so what will be the value at minus 2 index number? So starting from backside, because we have used the minus sign, so minus 1 is D, minus 2 will be O, right? And if I say str1 minus 9, so I should get V here. Now it's V, right? So this is how indexing will work in a string. Now suppose I want to create string 2, I can use the double quotation sign. The value of str2 will be the same as in the previous one, and the type of str2 will also be class str. So this is how we can create string using the double quotation mark. Let's see the triple quotation mark. Using the triple quotation mark, we can create either single line string or multiple line string. First we are going to see single line string. So str3 is equal to, I can say very good. Now triple quotation mark can be single quotation mark, single triple quotation mark, or single double quotation mark. Sorry, triple single quotation mark or triple double quotation mark. str3 is now very good, as we have already discussed, and the type of str3 is class str, that will also be a string. Let's case str4 as a multiple line string. So Romesh is a good boy. So str4 I have used multiple lines. Now the value of str4 is, in this fashion we can see there are slash n wherever I have put a enter button or I have pressed the enter button. If I actually want to see the multiple line of output, I will have to print the value of str4. So print str4 will give you the Romesh is on the first line, is on the second line, a good is on the third line, and boy will be on the fourth line. And the type of str4 is class str. So this is string. Now let's see the next sequence data type, that is list. So a list in Python represents a group of comma separated values of any data type between square brackets. List, unlike array of C language, if you already know C, can have elements of different data type. In C we have array, and array always contains values or numbers of the same data types, but in list we can have values of different data types in a single list. It is represented by list class. So let's see how can we create a list. Creating a list in Python can be created just by placing the sequence inside the square brackets. So square bracket will be used to create list. L1 equal to, if brackets are empty, that means we are going to create empty list, or we can say L2 equal to 1 2 3 4, that means we have created a list of certain integers. L3 equal to Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, that means we have created a list of strings. L4 equal to 12101 Rajesh, 13 2001 99.0. So this is a list of different data types, right? This is integer, string and float value. Lists are also indexed, and the index of the first element of the list is always 0. So just like a string, the list can also have indexing, forward indexing and backward indexing both. So if you want to create a list, suppose I say L1 is equal to a blank 1. So this is a empty list. If I want to check the type whether it is list or not, so type L1, type of L1 is class list, so we have created a list. If you want to check the value, you will get a blank list. Like if I say L2 equal to 1 2 3 4 5, we can repeat the values as well. So this is L2, which is a list of integer. If I say type of L2, it will be list, right? And if I want to check the value of L2, we can say L2, so the list will be printed. Now we can have list of string as well. L3 is equal to Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai. So L3 contains the values, and the type of L3 is list. We can have list of different data types as well, like we have seen. So 12101 is the, suppose the roll number we want to take, Rajesh is the value, and 13 January 2001, suppose we are taking as a date of birth, and 99.0 we are taking as a percentage of marks. So L4 now is a list of different data types. So list can contain any number of values of any data type. Let's check the type whether it is list or not. It should be a list, and it is a list, class list. Now after list we are going to see the next sequence data type, and this is tuple. So tuple represents a group of comma separated values of any data type within parentheses. So for creating a tuple we will use parentheses instead of square brackets. Tuple can also contain elements of different data types. It is represented by tuple class. Lists are mutable but tuples are immutable. So like list, tuple can also contain elements of different data types and it is represented by class tuple, and there is a difference between tuple and list, that tuple is immutable whereas list is mutable. That means element of the list can be changed whereas element of a list cannot be changed. Sorry, element of a list can be changed whereas element of a tuple cannot be changed, right? So how can we create a tuple? Let's see. In Python, tuples are created by placing sequence of values separated by comma with or without the use of parenthesis for grouping of data sequence. T1 equal to, if we use blank parenthesis, that means we have created an empty tuple. Now there is an important point. If you want to create a tuple with single element, we can't place the value only inside the bracket. We have to use a comma as well to show that we are going to create a tuple. Otherwise it will not be a tuple. We will see when we see creating tuple in Python shell. So we can create a tuple with single element in two ways: t2 equal to 4 comma or t2 equal to 4 comma. We can use the bracket or we can omit the bracket. That's up to you. T3 equal to 1 2 3 4 5, so we have created a tuple with integers. T4 equal to Delhi Mumbai Chennai, we have created tuple with strings. T5 is equal to 12101 Rajesh 13 1 2001 99.0, so this is tuple with different values or values of different data types. T6 equal to 1 2 3 4 5, I haven't placed any bracket, but this is also a tuple and this is known as tuple packing. So creation of tuple without the use of parenthesis is known as tuple packing. So let's see. T1, if I say, is equal to blank parenthesis, so I have created tuple T1 which is blank and type of T1 is class tuple. Now if I say T2 equal to 4, I haven't placed a comma, whereas to create a tuple with single element it is essential to place a comma, but I haven't used it. So let's see what is the type of T2. I thought we want it to be a tuple, but it is not a tuple because T2 will only contain 4. It is not a tuple, it is an integer of value 4, right? So if you want to create a tuple with single element, we can either use 4 comma in the bracket, so type of T3, we can say it's a tuple, and or we can say T4 equal to 4 comma, that is also T4 will be a tuple and the type of T4 is tuple. Right? So that is how we can create tuple. If I say T5 is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 4 3, we can have multiple values repeated in a tuple, there is no problem. T5 is 1 2 3 4 5 4 3, and if I want to check the type, however we don't need to do so, but let's see. Class tuple, right? We can have tuple with different values. T6 equal to, if I say tuple parenthesis 12101 comma Rajesh comma 1301 2001 comma 99.0, right? So T6 is a tuple with different data types, values of different data types, and the type of T6 is tuple, right? So the last thing we want to check whether without bracket, if you want to see 1 2 3 3 4 5. So if we check T7, oh, it is also tuple. And if you want to check the type of T7, the class is tuple class. We can see here the class is tuple class, right? So we have seen the three sequence data types, that is string, that is list, and that is tuple. So for these three, if you want to check, suppose I say T7 2, तो 272 will be index number 2 पे हम index number 0 will be 1, index number 1 will be 2, index number 2 will be 3. So T72 will be 3. So in order to access the value from a tuple, we will have to use the square bracket and the index number. We can't use the parenthesis here. Parentheses are only to create the tuple, but to access the value we will have to use the square bracket and the index number. It also supports backward indexing. If we say T7 minus 2, so T7 minus 2 will give me minus 1 is 5, and minus 2 index number will be for value 4. So I will get value 4. So the next data type is dictionary. So dictionary is also a mapping. Dictionary in Python is an unordered collection of data values. Sequence data types are ordered collection because they are ordered on the basis of index values, index 0, index 1, index 2. So they are known as ordered collection, but dictionary is not ordered collection. So dictionary in Python is an unordered collection of data values used to store data values like a map. It's a mapping, I said, which unlike other data types that holds only single value as an element. Dictionary holds key value pair. So dictionary has a key and corresponding value. So this type of value, a pair of key and value, will be stored inside the dictionary. Key value is provided in the dictionary to make it more optimized. For a certain situation, dictionary can be a better option than to use list, tuple, or any other data type. Each key value pair in a dictionary is separated by a colon, whereas each key is separated by a comma. We will see that. Creating a dictionary. In Python, a dictionary can be created by placing a sequence of elements within curly bracket. So to create a dictionary, we will use the curly bracket. Separated by comma. Dictionary holds a pair of values, one being key and the other corresponding pair element being its value. Values in dictionary can be of any data type and can be duplicated. That's important point, that a dictionary is a set of key and value. So keys cannot be anything. Key should always be immutable data type. That means if you want to take a key, any value as a key, it should be immutable. But the value part of a key value pair can be any data type, whether mutable or immutable. So for a general idea, mutable values are list, dictionary, and set. So we cannot take these three types of values as a key in dictionary. Dictionary can also be created by built-in function dict. An empty dictionary can be created by just placing two curly brackets. So we can see here D1 empty dictionary, if we just place empty bracket. D2 equal to name is the key, Rajesh is the value. So it's a string. A string is a immutable data type that can be used as a key. So this is a key, colon, this is a value, comma, the next key is roll number and the corresponding value is 12101. Then this is the key DOB and this is the value. So key colon value, comma, key colon value. That is how a dictionary is created. Note, dictionary keys are case sensitive. Same name but different case of key will be treated distinctly. If we have used a key name and we want to use it again, that is not allowed. If we change it to capital NAME, then it will be a different key and it can be used as a key value pair, and we can create a separate key value pair with capital NAME and their value, right? So let's see how we can create a dictionary in Python shell. Suppose I say d1 equal to blank curly brackets. So d1, if I want to print, is a blank curly bracket, that means blank dictionary, and the type of d1 is class dict. Similarly, blank dictionary can also be created by using the dict keyword in this fashion. d2 equal to dict, so d2 is blank dictionary, right? d3 equal to, suppose I say curly bracket, name colon value is Rajesh, comma, roll number colon 12101, comma, the next key is suppose DOB, date of birth, colon, the value is 13/01/2001, comma, the next key suppose is the percentage PERC, colon, 99.0 is the value. So we have key value, key value, key value, key value. This is how we can create a dictionary. If we want to see D3, so D3 has been created, and the type of D3 is class dict, that means it's a dictionary. So if you want to use the values from the dictionary, we can use the following syntax: D3 and the square bracket. So like list, like tuple, we have used the tuple name or the string name or the list name, and inside the bracket the index number. Here we don't use the index number, we use the key. For example, I say name, d3 name. This will give me the value of name key, and that is Rajesh. d3, suppose I say PERC, so I will get 99.0, right? So suppose I want to create another dictionary, d4 equal to, I want to create a dictionary, let's see, 1 colon, I say 1, comma, 2 colon 2, comma, 4 colon 4, or I can write anything, let's say 4. So I have created another dictionary, d4, where the key is integer. We can take the key as integer as well, because it's an immutable value. The key can be anything. Anything means it should be immutable, but value can be anything. So here we have taken value character. So if I want to access anything, I can say d4 of 2, so I will get 2, d4 of 4. So this is not index number, we are passing the keys of the dictionary and we are getting the value using that key, right? The next data type is Boolean data type. Data type with one of the two built-in values, that means Boolean data type has fixed values, only two values are there, one is true and the other one is false. Boolean objects that are equal to true or truthy true, or those equal to false or falsy false. But non-Boolean objects can be evaluated in Boolean context as well and determined to be true or false. it is denoted by class bool. So the class for boolean is bool. Note: true and false with capital T or capital F are valid booleans, otherwise Python will throw an error. That means the correct spelling for true is capital T R U E and capital F A L S E for false. So if I want to say print type true, so I will get it is a class bool. Print type false, it is of class bool. Print small t, so we will get an error that it is not a boolean data type. There is a mistake, name error will be there. Let's see. So if I say type, I am not using print. Type true. So type of true is class bool because it's a boolean value. Type false, so this is also boolean value, and type false, this will give me an error, name error, that name false is not defined. So the correct spelling is capital F A L S E and I have used false, that is why it is generating error. So this was all about data types. We have seen a general introduction of data type. We will have videos for detailed discussion on list, tuple, dictionary and string, where we will see different functions of these data types as well as slicing of these data types. Thank you.